I just told myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm sitting here listening to YouTube, right? And then I'm on my way home, so I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, dang, all this traffic, I should have took the easy pass lane, right? Because like since we moved, like the easy pass is very beneficial. Don't get it twisted, baby. Don't get it twisted, baby. So I just want y'all to know, like, nobody knows what you go through, okay? Nobody knows what you go through but you. Unless, like, a person, whether it's your children, your significant other, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, whomever, cousin, uncle, aunt, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Best friend, close friend, what friend. You know what I'm saying? Would not know, like, to the detriment of, like, your mental, like, is going through. And besides you. Like, nobody knows your walk but you. You know, nobody, like, would understand anything that you go through for real but you. And whomever, like, around you at that time and knows, like, what's going on. You know, in life, we all, and I don't know everything. I'm not trying to know everything. I'm not faking the front like I know everything. Everything that I talk about, that I mention, is going to be from my perspective. Take it or leave it, love it or hate it, I don't care. But at the end of the day, I just have to say, like, there are mentally healthy people out here. There is mental illness as well in broad spectrums and different vibrations and frequencies as well. And like, everybody got some childhood issues they got to deal with. Nobody's ever perfect, whether it's childhood issues or whether you just got some fucked up ways about you. However it's gonna be, you know, like, love yourself. Like, I love myself now to the point, even if, like, my personality is like, I don't complain. Like, I might tell you what I'm going through, but it's not like to complain. It's just to let you know, because people be thinking like they're the only ones on earth going through something, or even if they just want to vent. Sometimes it's good to, you know, just let somebody else know that you're going through stuff too, you know. Or even if you don't let nobody know that you're going through stuff, it's okay to, like, you know, talk about life without people thinking that you telling your business. Who the fuck cares what people think, right? Because at the end of the day, who's gonna judge you? The Most High. You know what I mean? Like, you are you, and that's who you are. Come on, car. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's get your boots. Let's get your boots, baby. Dang. That was an accident. Hope everybody okay. Y'all, I'm on 95 South. Oh man. Dang, God, it's tore up. Do you have right? Oh my God. Scary, man. Y'all be safe out there. Oh, I was watching this movie the other day, right? So this movie, it was called, what are those things? Apparitions. And it was this part. It's a scary movie. Anyway, I don't really watch scary movies no more. I grew up to them. I watch thrillers and stuff here and there, suspense. And I like action movies and things like that. But so it was a part on this movie. You know how the elders, they used to be like, people be wishing bad on people and stuff, right? Okay, so we've went over this before. Like, even though I've been gullible for a lot of my life, or naivete, you want to call it, or naive, whatever you want to call it, right? Let me take this off, because it's a drive, baby. Kind of naive and stuff, but that's stupid. Just, some people, regardless of what people think, just like, I just, growing up, I didn't grow up around a bunch of fucked up individuals. So, because I was sheltered, I didn't know that it's a lot of people that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I thought everybody had a heart like me, and ooh, no, baby. No, they don't. Not at all. Some do. Some people are kind. Some people are, I don't like to use the word nice too much, but some people are kind, some people are gentle, and most are not. By growing up in a sheltered world, because it's protective, for one. That's one thing. It's good. It's a lot of things that's good about it. But when you grow up sheltered like that, and you grow up around mostly good people, you don't know how to identify, what is not a good person. Because people can hide themselves, especially from somebody that is naive and not really been around nobody like that. A person that's naive, you can call them dumb, you call them whatever you want to call them, but at the end of the day, that's not a bad thing, growing up around good people. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you grow up around good people and you don't know how to recognize. That's just okay, if I don't drink and I don't do drugs, and then I meet somebody who do, I don't know how to identify that's their vice that they use. I don't know how to identify that somebody's a drunkard or drinks alcohol. I'm just why are they acting like that? You know what I'm saying? Or if somebody do drugs, whether they do it often, unless you actually seeing them do it, I don't know how to identify. I'd be oh, they ain't doing drugs. That's why they act like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know, back in the day. So there is a wide range, and people, you don't want to I'm trying to say it, compartmentalize things and people, places, things in your life. You want to compartmentalize some of them, right? There's some people you do this with, there's some people you do that with, there's some people you go here with, there's some people you go there with, there's some things you do and some things you don't do, some things you do at certain times, some things you won't do, you know what I mean? So it'll be like that. But man, oh day, listen, when you're to the people who I can give my perspective on, that grew up around pretty good, decent people all their life and wasn't able to recognize the parasites that can attach themselves to that person and show you the real motherfucking world. And then you see it and you like, whoa, like, okay. Or it could have made you hit rock bottom because you didn't notice what it is. You didn't understand or understand what it actually is. You didn't understand or understand like what you understood, I guess. You understood a little bit, but you didn't get it until you got it. And it depends on what level of the process of healing and growth, and if you're even in healing and growth, or if you're still stagnant, like me at my age, because I done went through, due to decisions that I've made in life, because nobody's at fault in being in your life but you. You're at fault to have certain people in your life, to have things, certain aspects going on in your life. This is your own decision making. Nobody can control those things but you. So, when you have made certain decisions, went through certain things, due to that decision making, this is your life. You make it, you create it, you know, you create the life that you want to live. But arrested development is so common. Okay, so to me, like, basically arrested development is mental illness. So I'm gonna get back to the movie, right? Because I really just did not know that it's people. I don't want to keep saying that I didn't know, but I really didn't know back then. I mean, I definitely know now. I know that people can be so wicked that it'll make you want to be just in solitude, hermit mode, not dealing with nobody because you don't know who to trust, or if people sending different things on you. Or who knows what somebody knows, learned, grew up learning, grew up knowing, wishing bad on you. You know, who knows what people are just fucking sick in the head. And because they're in denial about that and think that they know better than everybody else, or however their perspective is, like, you can't control what other people think, feel, see, touch, and love, or hate, you know. But back to this movie, Apparitions. So it was this section on there, this part, that the pastor, whatever, I don't know if he would be considered a pastor, or, you know, the man that wears the father thing, call him a father or whatever, preacher, whatever. Anyway, it's a Catholic church, so I don't think they have the same title. So, forgive me for butchering it, because I respect the church, you know. So he was trying to, I guess, exorcise, meaning like exorcise the demon out of the man, right? But what he said, okay, so who was it? Somebody was on TV, and the man that had the spirit, that entity in him, seen this person on TV and start wishing like the meanest things the person could say. Now, take it or leave it, I feel like a lot of mental illness is entities. It's entities from, you want to call it the supernatural, it's the supernatural realm. Like, that's where you get, like, okay, people do exorcisms, Reiki, different things like that. they try to get them things off of you because, mind you, they telling it to you in the movies. It's just that if you're paying attention. Denzel Washington, Azazel, when he made that movie, he made that movie Azazel, and like as he was walking, he bumped into this person, bumped into that person. Everybody bumped into whatever person that had that entity and transferred to that person that bumped them. You know, like they're trying to tell you like what's out here without like from their perspectives. And because people don't want to like listen, shut your yeah. People don't want to listen. Is that traffic? Oh no, that's some tired. They sleep on the road. Dang, all them trucks, they tired, man. All them trucks sleeping on the road. So none of them over here too. Anyway, they can't tell you. They can only tell you subliminally how things are through a movie, through science fiction, which is actually, science fiction is true. So people be thinking that it's not sci-fi ain't real. No, that is real. That's all real. Everything you watch in sci-fi, it's real. It's all, everything you see on TV is based off something. It might be exaggerated because they have to put it in picture mode to tell you a vision, television, you know. So they might have to put it on picture and, you know, exaggerated, or it might be, but it's like history repeats itself over and over and over again. So like say the entities that are attached to people who have tried to make your life a living hell, they're gonna be attached to them because they feed off of each other. It's demonic. There are demons out here. There are supernatural angels out here. There are earth angels out here. They just help in different ways because nobody can be like God. So he sends help through people, you know, because that's how he works. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that man, the entity within that man was just saying some wicked, ill stuff, like, and I was like, oh my gosh. Even though I know, because I got haters. I got heavy haters. They keep me famous though, nigga. Because I'm a baddie in a good way though. I don't want to take from nobody. I don't want to harm nobody. I don't want to use no ill will to nobody. I just do my thing, you know. If I don't have nothing nice to say, I ain't gonna say nothing at all. But you know, I just don't want to even. When I seen that man, he was looking at the preacher or whatever on TV speaking. And the entity within the man just started speaking all this wicked, evil, terrible, like saying it on why the person was on the TV, wishing this on that person and their family. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It just triggers something in me to think like, oh my gosh. So this went like, because you know there are people out here who wish ill will upon people. We already know that. But to see it in actual full-fledged action, somebody doing it or mimicking, you know, and it was just weird, you know. And then I already know my haters. I know who most of them are. I know who they are. And just wish them the best and keep it moving, because you can't control how somebody's mental thinks. You can't control things. It's exaggerated on TV. Things are exaggerated on TV. But like beware, for there are many. You know. Beware, for there are many. There's a lot of evil out here, man. And it runs through people. And when you have a calling over your life, a high calling over your life, I know life comes with ups and downs and certain things, but how you know, like, you can go years and years and not even know that you under, like, witchcraft and shit. You'd be like, damn, why is my life not improving? Because you haven't recognized what you need to recognize. You haven't understood that, like, you gotta do certain things a certain type of way, not to hurt nobody, but, like, so for instance, like, I seen this man that works at the Walmart, and I had a long spiritual conversation with him for a long time when I first met him, and this is months ago, maybe a couple or a few months ago. Yeah, turn your high beams down. I don't understand that. Can y'all please check yourself when y'all driving and y'all got y'all's high beams? I know y'all know that your high beams is on. You got to know that. And y'all just like riding back at people, riding coming up on the side of people. Like, that's so rude. Anyway, nothing in life is gonna be perfect. But so I seen him again, and it's always a pleasure to meet him. But so one of the other guys that was working there, because they was stocking the food and stuff. He was like, man, don't talk to that guy. That's a bad guy. I said, nah, I already felt his energy. He's a good guy. He's like, man. And I'm like, so the guy that proceeded that I talked to for, I gotta give him a shout out to, but he married, he has his kids, his grandkids and stuff like that. He told me something that blew my mind the other day. And I'm still actually trying to process it because it's something that I'm really not used to. He told me something that blew my mind. How do you fight witchcraft? People that's trying to do witchcraft on you. You can do your return to senders. You can do all of that stuff, right? Because you got to think about it. The world is magic. So if you don't want to talk about this, I don't care. Beep on, my nigga. Go ahead. See ya. Deuce. I don't care. The world is magic. Having a baby is magical. Bringing life into the world is magical. Even people is magical. Like, even it's magic. Like, everything is magic, whether you want to say it or not. It's just different ways of supporting it, different ways of fighting it, different ways. It's just perspective. Everything is perspective. Anyway, so so he said, and y'all can leave a comment if you want. Like, me, I'm really on the fence about that. I'm very nervous about it. Not nervous, but I really don't know, because when we're programmed from when we're young, when we're little, when we are programmed to believe a certain type of way, it makes sense to believe that way. But then when we start researching ourselves, researching others, researching different things to have an understanding for ourselves, like, okay, because you believe what your parents believe. So you believe in God because your parents believe in God. You might be an atheist because your parents was an atheist. You might be a Jehovah's Witness because your parents was a Jehovah's Witness. Most of the time, people are believing in things that their parents teach them. I do like that. But, like, you don't want to, like, for life just be believing in something because your parents believed in it. What if that don't suit you? I had to talk to God. I'm like, who are you? I want to know your name, your social security number. No, I'm kidding. I'm like, I want to know who you are, who I'm worshiping, who I'm giving my soul. Talk about I'm giving my soul to. My soul, yeah, nah, that's mine. But I love the Most High. But like, I have to love myself before I love Him. That's why even my family, our kids, I teach them, like, you know me before you know God. I'm the one who teach you about God. You know me, but I had to get to that point where I understood that, because I didn't raise them like that. I had to learn thyself. I had to learn who I am. I had to learn how to love myself. I had to learn certain things about this world that I did not want to see at that time, but I had to learn in order to grow. Some people do not want to grow. Some people are stagnant. You see some people, they do the same thing for 5, 10, 15 years. When they're doing the same thing for 5, 15 years, you got to start paying attention to what this planet is doing. This planet is detoxing. That same lower vibrational shit, that bullshit, even like just different stuff. Even, okay, and it's off the subject, right? And I used to watch porn a long time ago. And I hope it's only, it's not for kids, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I mean, whatever. But like, you hear about people with porn addictions, but when you're in a certain vibration, you want that. But after a while, that shit get old. You know, you want something different. Like, for me, if it's not elevating me, if it's not making me a better person, feel better, feeding my spirit, like, I started going to church Monday, Wednesday, Monday for something study, Wednesday Bible study, Friday women's worship, Sunday church, going to church like that, giving that's cool, because it was feeding my spirit. But then when I started asking questions, and because every church, pastor, minister, preacher, all of them has to go through theologian school. Theologian school, they only allow them to learn certain things, just like in school, they only indoctrinate us with certain things. So we don't know other things that we need to know. You ever wonder why Jewish people, where you going, the little hats? Anyway, we love y'all too. But, well, I mean, we love everybody, right? Anyway, so they go to a totally different school. Their kids do not go to public schools. What are they teaching them in those schools? Because most of them people that are Jewish, most of them got big ass houses, own everything. They own everything, entertainment world, the sports world, all of that shit. They own it. So, if they all own that, what is that telling you, baby? What are they learning in school that our kids ain't learning? And that's why I'm like, I don't leave. My mom always taught me, she said, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. None of what you hear and half of what you see. None of what you hear and half of what you see. Because it's perspective. Like, what you hear, somebody might take this video from, And because everything has dual meanings, right? So somebody might take this video and be like, oh, she was talking about this. Oh, no, that's your perspective. But like, as long as I can plant a seed and tell you, like, what I could tell you, as long as I can plant that seed and help you out a little bit, that's what, God give me the duty to do. But like I said, I'm not perfect. There's still like low vibrational things that I do as well. Everybody does something low vibrational. Not everybody's high vibrational, but like, you gotta understand, like, you don't hear nobody coming and shooting up no Jewish school. You don't hear about nothing going on. You don't know what they're learning about. They're learning life skills. That's what they're learning. I bet you any money they're learning spiritual, universal life skills and law. I bet you any money that's what they're learning. Because that's why they're so prosperous. Besides taking shit from everybody, but they learn how to do it some kind of way. They got school for it. They learn how they learn, like. And then you got regular public schools. These kids out here beating people up for shoes and coats and shit. Dumb shit, petty shit. That's low vibrational stuff. So you got to think about, like, everything is connected. The music is bullshit, everything is just entertainment for the moment. And the music, the TV, all of that, social media, it puts like parasites into your kid. That's why they say kids are so pure, because they latch on like sponges. They keep hearing something over and over and over again. You are what you eat, so you keep hearing the same thing over. It's programming. You dumb ass bitch, nigga. You dumb. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And like, of course, they want to push that agenda. They want to push that agenda onto the Native American people. I'm gonna call this that because I just don't resonate with being a black person or being an African American. I don't resonate with that. Well, neither one of them. I'm not African American or black. I'm Native. I'm indigenous. And so are you. But I guess so is melanated people that are from here, Even the ones that ain't from here, they indigenous to somewhere. Shoot. But you got to think about it, like, all of that. Like, you got people out here that we all born in chaos. We all born in sin, whatever you want to call it. Whatever, it's perspective. G is us. G is us, Jesus. But what the guy said, and I know I'm all over the place, but get over it. Just catch up. I'm just on a different frequency, but if you know what I'm talking about, if you know what I'm saying, if you know what I'm screaming, then you'll know what I'm screaming. So, he said, in order to fight, like fight, like make them receive their karma. And it's not your business to watch and know what other people are going through. Even if they have done the worst to you, the worst. They have done the worst to you. And hid, threw rocks and hid their hands. No matter what they've done, it ain't your business to know what they're going through. Because they're going to get their shit back. But we got a lot of church people out here. And a lot of them are not who they say they are. Although, like, my family is in the church. They ain't always been heavily in the church. And it's just hard programming. It's like I want to tell y'all, but I don't want to tell y'all at the same time. Because I'm like, if I'm still trying to grasp the concept, The main way of doing it, and I'm gonna make a part 2, and then y'all can, because I gotta think about it and I gotta take some time. But the main way to do it is loving yourself. Okay. I used to care what people think about me. I used to care what people say about me. I've always been a good, loyal person. I might have did things like not initially knowing how something might look, even though it might not been that. Or, like, I don't cross people. I don't treat people like fucked up. I'm not perfect. I got a heart of gold, but I just don't fuck with nobody like that no more, because you don't know what people subscribe to. The best way to fight spiritual warfare, because if it wasn't true, if it wasn't real, then it wouldn't be a such thing as something called spiritual warfare. If it wasn't a thing. If it wasn't a thing, it would not be that. You have to love yourself. Don't give 2 fucks about who think about this about you. Don't give 2 fucks about who looking at you sideways, or who you feel like you gotta explain yourself to, or say this or say that, or you give people the same energy they give you. People gonna hate. It's some people out here that just hate themselves so much that they want to hate others. They want to make others' life a living hell. And it's sad, but then they're still not relevant, because that's a vibration of hurt. And who wants to keep doing the same? Years and years. I wish this on this person. I hate this. Who the fuck cares? At the end of the day, I'm just saying, who cares? Like, it gets old. Just like I was saying, like, the porn thing, like, you can watch it, but how many times is you gonna bust a nut off porn? You know what I'm saying? How many times is you gonna feel like, you know what I mean? You're not out of that vibration yet. Doing the same thing over and over. And I guess because I didn't see it as that when I was in my 20s and 30s, I didn't see it as a cycle, like, over and over. I did not see it like that. Like, and now that I can see who's in cycles and who's not. I can see when I'm in a cycle and I'm trying to get out that bitch. Like, I can see, like, and I'm like, this shit ain't old yet. Like, if it's not old yet, what is it? Because, like, shit gets old. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like I was in abusive relationships due to my decision making. I can't not blaming nobody. Due to my decision making, I was in abusive relationships. Can I see myself doing that now? Have I slipped up and gotten something because I didn't want to see who a person was? Yeah. After that, yeah, I did. And like, was I scared to leave? No. Oh no, cause nigga, I'm gonna get you. You fuck with me, yeah. I got my license to carry you. Nigga, that's self-defense. You're not gonna harm me. No, for what? That's like, I only want to beat my kids. I don't want to hit my kids, hit my animals. I don't want to. Nobody. I don't care what vibration you on. I don't care what age you are. I don't care what maturity level you are. I don't care about none of that. Nobody. Not a person. Not a pet. Nobody wants to be hit. So if it's 2025 in your world and you still talk about I'm staying with somebody and they hitting you, be it male or female, I don't care. It's not right either way. They hitting you or emotionally abusing you or manipulating you or using you in 2025? You on a whole timeline. You might get detoxed the fuck out. Get your shit together. Love on yourself. Find peace within yourself. Be alone. Time for alone time. And get your shit together. It is a lot of unhealthy people out here. It's a whole lot. And you come across them unhealthy people more than you come across healthy people. But if you don't, it's her decision making, right? If you don't choose healthy people, you won't be around healthy people. Like, if somebody is still whipping your ass, being disrespectful, and you can't, or manipulative, or your ass is being manipulative, or you being gullible, or you being naivete, or you being like, if you out here, so look, 2025, look, let me tell you something. 2025. Listen, I'm talking about, it's people out here, and I know because I had started getting abused when I was young. When I was young, by my first boyfriend, when I was 15. And that's my dad always is like, you can't have no boyfriend until you're 16. I was almost 16. And like, it is some wickedness out here, You can't live people's life for them. You cannot. But like, you can't live people's life for them. Although, you just do your best and your best is good enough. But I'm telling you, little baby. Little baby. Anyway, you can't live people's life for them. You can't make their decisions for them or anything like that. But like, being abused at such an early age, and even though I was scared, I used to be scared back then, man. I used to, because he knew how to get in my house. It was a whole lot of stuff. I'll tell you that later. But anyway, I had to grow from that. I had to accept certain things, even though it took me years, but it created a tremendous arrested development within myself. Because even from when I was a little girl, I just wanted to be married in my family, you know? Being a little girl, because that's all I knew. My parents were together for 40 plus years. So I didn't want to, like, I didn't know how to even, like, I was a kid. Anyway, fast forward, I'm just saying, being hurt like that, whether it's emotionally, physically, being hurt like that at a young age, it's like, you do that, you be hurt like that at a young age, that is really detrimental to your mental health. And then you run across people after that you think, because they say that they care about you or they love you, and really they don't, because they don't even love themselves. How can they love you? How can you love you if you accept anybody mistreating you or harming you? Or even if you have to, I had to even check myself, and I still check myself. I evaluate myself all the time. I always evaluate myself. I always reevaluate myself. Not trying to be perfect, but like to make sure that I'm not mentally or emotionally manipulating any type of situations. I'm not going to hit every check box. I'm not going to hit every single thing. I don't think like everybody else. I don't do what everybody else do. I don't say what everybody else say. My mind might be there or here or there or wherever, and I might not hit when I remember, I'll try to come back to it and I'll boom, give it to you, you know. But like, man, we are growing up in a world of trouble. Ain't no other real thing. Look, imagine all these people that's on social media, right? Not a new thing. I mean, shit, it's already been a thing, but the new thing is having babies. Having babies, you know, by people or whatever. It's like everybody want to have a baby by somebody. I wasn't never a goer, or I was actually in long-term relationships with people that weren't healthy as they should have been for me, or I should have chose for me. But like having that, allowing people to do those things to you, and you especially when you're young, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine these people having children, and their children is growing up with your children or your grandchildren. Because, I mean, they already been saying that for years, like 100 years. We living in our last days. Yo. How much is, like... Because you can't run from the inevitable. Everybody's running to another country and stuff like that. You can't run from the inevitable. You can't run from the inevitable. But this low vibrational shit, like, people are parasites. I call low vibrational people parasites. I was a parasite. Everybody is a parasite. You're not born. That's what sin is to me. That's my perspective. Sin is parasitical things. Like, I was codependent. I was so codependent. I thought that anybody, like, not anybody, but the relationships, the long-term relationships that I was in, that I had, that was love. Even though it was physical and emotional abuse, it was love. No, that's a codependency that I had to break myself out of. Like, I had to break myself out of that, and it took so long. And like, even now, like, even though, yeah, I want to settle down one day, but I'm not like, hey, husband, look at, no, I like a good friend, and, you know, but some people, what they may expect, you may not expect. Everybody's expectations is different. Some people are on the same alignment, the same track. And this is how you know too. When you say you have children by somebody, right? And like, those the children's other parent is abusive, and it comes out through your kids, and it's foreign to you because you're not like that. I'm not talking about abusive like necessarily physically. It could be emotionally. It could be calling names. I mean, siblings do that though, but like to the point of consistency to like mean, and you can't identify your kid in that way. That's because y'all wasn't aligned to really be, y'all wasn't aligned. Because everybody has arguments in whatever relationship. You got, you're gonna have disagreements and, stuff like that. But like, when you don't recognize that part in your child, even though that child ain't gonna act like, oh, your child is half you, half their dad, half their, half you, half their dad, them, and the ancestors. So it's all different parts of them. But when you can't recognize a certain part, and you be like, oh my gosh, that is just weird. Like, that's because you and your dad wasn't aligned. Because that part of them are coming out too. And when I say that, like, it's not like it's got to be something negative. It might not be that. It might be like, shit, you might be the negative one. That person might be the peace, love, and light one, But I don't know. I kind of am over the place, but I'm all over the place. I think y'all kind of get a gist of what I'm saying. And I mean, because I touch on different things, different areas, sometimes I don't stay on the same one subject the whole time. But anyway, peace, love, blessings, and good health to you and your families. And just love yourself. That's all I can say. And loving yourself, it might be different. It's probably gonna be different for everybody. Definitely be different for everybody. Later. Later.